no, 1 minute. No, no, let's talk facts, sir. Let's talk full information. Please, my request is let's not be economical with the truth here. I have no problems and I don't hold any corners for anybody, any particular party. For me, this flag matters and this country matters, sir. If I am a nation which is hosting 4 crore illegals, I have a serious problem with that. And the fact that you have not built up a consensus in parliament and debated the fact that how are we going to weed out these 4 crore individuals is a responsibility on every single MP, irrespective of political party. Rather than sitting on dharna for the fact that somebody is questioning somebody, they should sit on a dharna to say, when are you going to weed the illegals out of my country? That's the dharna that I want to see. But my question to you, sir, is that the Rajasthan police itself came out and said that their intent to get and infiltrate these parties was to understand who are the leaders, what they are talking about, and how do we break, and who are the ones we should target. Their idea was stealth. This came from the same political party, that same state police. So that's the fact. The fact is, sir, that particular state and its chief minister so far has not said that we are going to work towards banning the activities of this organization in Rajasthan. They have not said that we will henceforth never ever allow any space for this organization to conduct its activities on Rajasthan soil after their involvement is there. The fact is that the Sarwar Chishti, who is a member of PFI, who is under the radar for investigation, there has been no crackdown on him formally by the state government so far, even with the Ajmer Dargah telling him that bar him for life and bar these people's entry for life. All these things have not happened yet. They have not happened yet. Anand, and you have still not, let's say in Karnataka, DK Shivkumar has said take action against the PFI. But the other faction has not yet said. So these are all statements of fact. So let me just bring in Aditya Srinivas. Let me just give a very small rebuttal, Anand. I will just take 30 seconds of your precious
okay, and then Aditya.
Now, Anand, you have very fairly said that there are reports that now suggest that these people infiltrated into the BJP because they wanted to know
that's the cops, not me.
I'll ask.
That's the cops, not me.
That's one of the reports. Yes, yes, that's the report. I said there is a report. Now, Anand, I asked a question. Now, if some
what are you doing? Let's drop this whataboutery, sir. I am asking you who allows them a political platform, sir? Who allows them a political platform? How are you pointing fingers at anybody else? Yes, Mohandas Pai and then Aditya Srinivasan.
You're not
no, sir.
Complete my statement.
No. You are again beating around the bush. You're not answering my question and you're getting into whataboutery. Yes.
I am not. Anand, I am talking
1 minute, Kapil Madan. Please yield. Mohandas Pai.
Anand, please tell Kapil Madan to ask his state government to arrest those 2 BJP people with whom these 2 terrorists were seen. Why the pussy putting and getting into politics? Arrest those 2 BJP people for being accessories to the murder. Do it. Go ahead. What is stopping you? Why are you playing politics and using the example? Let us focus on radicalization. Let's focus on these killers and let's focus on bringing them to justice instead of saying my, tu and all this nonsense. Let's be very clear. Rajasthan government can go arrest those 2 BJP people. Go arrest them.
Yeah, if they are involved. If they did go cover fire. If these people were seen at a party event where they went to attend that party event, if you walk into a party event and you want to attend, I'm not giving any cover fire to any butchers. Let me just please very clearly say, it is what the cops have turned around and said what their intent was. I am asking you as a political party and as a political outfit, what is your intent? As an Indian citizen, what is your intent? As an Indian citizen, I have only one intent. I don't care whether it is a BJP, it is the Congress, it is the JDU, it is the TRS, it is whatever, it is the left, whatever party. These political parties owe their existence to this country. They are here because they are political parties operating in India. And for them and anybody else, India has to be the priority. And I do not want our country to become a hotbed for radicals who think they can walk around butchering people, sir. In the name of religion or whatever it is, hacking people, hacking anybody. If they think they can walk around hacking anybody, Aditya Srinivasan, then the state has to put the hard hand down and say, we are going to shoot you point blank and make an example out of you and say there is no place for radicalism in this country and radicals in this country. Every other day we are getting one response or the other, be it Tamil Nadu, be it Karnataka, be it Kerala, be it Assam, be it Bengal, be it Madhya Pradesh, be it Uttar Pradesh. Everywhere we have people who are not, whose identity itself is dubious, Aditya Srinivasan. Who are these people? They don't represent Indian ethos.
I 100% agree with you. I think there needs to be a focus group.
Yes, Aditya, and then I'll bring in Dr. Samir Kagalkar.
Look, there needs to be a very, very focused effort to firstly understand the issue of radicalism. I mean, in some cases, it's so apparent and it's just present itself to us on a day-to-day basis, as you were saying, Anand. But we need to understand the causes of radicalism and understand how it's being festered and how it's being spread, number one. And there needs to be a focused effort by all levels of the state. You know, one aspect is the prosecution, or one aspect is the police, but a whole lot of other aspects need to look at, and organs need to look at this issue and understand exactly what is happening and why it's happening. That's the first thing I want to make. The first point I want to make. The second point I want to make is the issues with radicalism are also very, very constitutional, because our constitution has such a thing as freedom of speech and expression, but the way radicalism has worked is that it's had a very, very chilling effect on certain people and on certain communities. Some people are afraid to voice anything close to to being something similar to what might be taken to be foul and what might be taken to be wrong, and which might result in the kind of outcomes that the radical activities and the radicals end up inflicting on the people. So we need to understand exactly what all of these implications are. We need to firstly move beyond the prism of the political aspect. I think this is a national issue. I think this is a social issue, and it needs to be looked at together.
No, it does, and I want this country to formulate laws which says that anybody who's making a fake Aadhaar card or helping them he should be booked under UAPA and should be treated as a terrorist. Anybody who harbors a terrorist should be treated as a terrorist. Anybody, any politician, any administrator, any person who allows illegal encroachments and illegal settlements and who knows these people are not Indian citizens and who have sneaked into our country and allows them space should be brought and treated like a terrorist in this country, because that's what they are doing, sir. That's what they're doing, because out of these 100 who will come here illegally, 10 will be radicals, and these 10 radicals will go about hacking people and trying to legalize themselves and encroach upon people. What are they doing, Mohandas Bhai? They are eating on the jobs of our people. 4 crore people, if that's the unofficial estimate and a conservative estimate of the number of illegals in our country. Look at every other. Today he's deliberated Assam. They've got 5 districts, sir. 5 districts in Assam. 10 suspects in 48 hours, and half of them have got antecedents with Bangladesh. They're not even Indian citizens.
Anand,
it's a very simple thing. It's a very simple thing. If someone is issuing a proof of identity or a proof of address, they need to satisfy themselves that the person to whom they're issuing the identity, the proof of identity,
Sir,
or the proof
if
of
they
address,
have done it for a few thousand rupees, I want that person to be treated as a terrorist, and that's how hard our law has to be. In Bengaluru, there's this guy who's involved with the Sylhet issue has been hiding in Bengaluru for 3 years with valid papers. Who made his papers? Get to the bottom of that. And chase that person on the middle of the street, treat him like a criminal, and book him like a terrorist under UAPA. That's the example we need to set, sir. Yes, Mohandas Bhai.
Anand, there's a 10 to 15% vacancy in all the police forces across the country, including Karnataka. And I read that 10 to 15% of the police are engaged in VIP duty, protecting political leaders from the people who elected them. If you elect somebody and he becomes a minister, you need police to protect them. The moment he steps out, there is no police. We must reduce the VIP duty, put more police, hire more police, get more investigation capacity, more prosecution capacity, set up special criminal courts to try them immediately. So within a short while of them being charged, they are sentenced. So we send a message very clearly that we will not accept this, and we will make sure that it works properly. More intelligence, more investment, more reconnaissance, more surveillance is required. Like you said, if people from Bangladesh are staying in Bangalore, Bangalore will become a safe haven for all these people from Assam and Bangladesh after committing crimes to come here. Does it mean the police is very soft on them? We need more action from the police. We need more investment too. The investment has been inadequate. We don't have enough police, enough investigation. We need to have the proper, because protection of life, liberty and property is the first duty of the state.
And not just that, sir. If law and order is a state's responsibility, no.